and welcome to this video where I'm going to talk about my memory keeping, my weekly memory keeping. And this is what my memory keeping spreads look like before the pen, because I have just started this book in March of 2022. So I have the same kind of layout for the week as I have in my planning section. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. Same thing. But on the other page, where I don't have the days, I have some kind of fashion lady, some washi tape, embellishments, bookmarks, napkins, whatever. I didn't always do it like this to begin with when I started bullet journaling, which I never really did, but I called it that. I only used these spreads and then, that was my memory keeping. Like you're sort of supposed to do, I guess, in the original bullet journal method. But I felt like, well, to begin with, I felt that this was too ugly to keep. So I started doing something else. I painted over the weekly spread. Each day I painted with acrylics, a new color every day, and then I wrote on top a memory from that day. And on this page where I had my brain dump and actually my tracker for a while, I made a whole little painting. And I really like this. In a way, I would still like to be doing this, but it became such a hassle because, acrylics are kind of messy and I had to do this every day or at least every Sunday, and I fell behind, and it became more of a chore than something I enjoyed. So while I enjoy having the memories laid out like this, it wasn't something I wanted to do. Here's another example where you can actually see the writing underneath that used to be there. Bills, it says here, and I didn't pay them, apparently. I probably paid them the day after. And I really like, it looks nice. It looks nice. I would still like to, well, I did this, so I shouldn't, kick myself for not still doing it. But painting and making a hassle, or what am I trying to say? Making a sort of ritual out of it actually helps you remember. At least it helps me remember stuff. Where did it go? Oh, this one. I remember more about things when I paint them and actually sort of spend time and energy on documenting it, because it's sort of, I paint my feelings and the atmosphere into the picture, and then when I look at it, I sort of remember what it was like. This is a really good Swedish artist, by the way, Scarlett, she's called. Check her out on Spotify. I really love this spread. Anyway, as you can see, I kind of fell off the wagon. Here I haven't used acrylics, but Derwent, Inktense pencils. And I didn't write a memory here because, it was just too much work. So I stopped doing that, or rather, I did it off and on. So at the beginning of January 2021, I tried doing it a bit differently. I had a really rough period where I was very stressed out and my health was suffering, so I wrote about that instead of one memory a day. And I glued an image from elsewhere in the book onto this page. Both of these are glued on. I drew them on other pages and this one as well. And I tried different layouts. And I don't really like this. I mean, why? I don't want to read this. I don't want to read about how bad I felt or what moon phase it was, because I thought that impacted me. It doesn't. So I sort of abandoned this setup or way of doing it, rather. But I also did a summary of the month at the end here of the booklet, because as you can see, I had started using booklets for my planning pages. I didn't in this one. This one was still, I was still using like the next blank page for my planning. But I won't go back to that because I can't find my weeklies in this book. It's so, it's everywhere. I can't find anything in it. So I really like my sections. As you can see, this is March of last year. I sort of, didn't really, most of these pages I haven't even written anything. I did paint them, but it was too much work, as I said. So what did I do then? What about this one? I don't remember. This is from September of last year. Here I thought, well, I don't want to paint, it's too messy, so I'm going to glue a page onto the, the planning that's lost underneath here. And write on that instead. So I tried different kinds of papers. This is a piece of paper that I dyed with watercolors, and then it was too sort of dusty to write on, so I painted with lacquer on it. And then, you can't write on it except with water resistant pens or whatever it's called. So never mind. I tried different things, is the point here. What did I do here? Well, here I started painting again because this, I'm not sure I liked it. So, yeah. But on this side, I just covered everything with an image. This is glued on, actually, I think. So, yeah, I just experimented with different kinds of covering things up. Let's see what I did in October and November. I don't actually remember, so this is a surprise for me as well. So here I did paint this side, and then I glued, I remember why I glued this on, because this is how I felt. I was tired, I felt like I had a fever, it was just, ugh. I don't like the picture, but it really represents what it felt like that week. Okay, I don't know why. Oh yes, I had 4 pages per week for a while, so that's why. But I didn't write much here. I just covered the pages and didn't get much further, and I had a tracker. So yeah, some of these pages look good, some of them don't. Picture of the tomatoes we had harvested. So yeah, which brings us to 2022. When I started, let's see, we'll take a look at February. Then I started gluing these ladies in and having the memory keeping section after the planning section, and I still do. So first the planning section and then the memory keeping. And this works better because I can prepare the pages beforehand, you know, before the month even starts, and, you know, do all the embellishments and stuff. And then when it's the actual month, I can just write a memory a day and then I'm done. So it's not a hassle the same way it was when I painted and sort of tried to keep up by painting over the planning. So now I actually keep all my planning as a kind of ugly section, but I can look back on it and see how much I had to do or whatever. But then I also have this section with pretty memories, which sort of complement the other stuff. And that's kind of the point, that each section shows a different, not aspect of my life, but it shows my life from a slightly different angle, because I have other sections that deal with memories in a more granular way, detailed. Yeah, so I rewrite many things, but the memory keeping section, the weekly memories, is where I write like very, very short notes for each day. Sometimes it's just tired, and sometimes it's, let's see, worked the whole day, very tired. That was after I was ill, so that's why I wrote that I worked. Tired, but it was sunny, took a walk. So very, very short. But they, in turn, help me remember what stood out during a month so that I can put it on my monthly highlight page here in the back. So this is kind of a summary that is even shorter than the weekly memories. So that's it for the weekly memories.